What's going on, guys? So here I have some more Diamond Dynasty. I got Corey Dickerson leading off, Carlos Gomez, Kris Bryant. Those are my big three. And right off the bat, Corey Dickerson, who's been an absolute stud for me, gets a base hit to right field. So Carlos Gomez has a chance right off the bat to set the tone and get this game going. Unfortunately, though, we whiff on a low changeup. His pitcher was just nasty. And then I strike out and get caught stealing at the same time. So that is a terrible way to begin the game. But I know I have a pitcher who can strike some people out. He starts off the game, too, with a base hit. So initially, I'm thinking this is going to be a very high-scoring game. Like, this is just going to be back and forth. But he was also a really dumb stealer. So there with 2 outs, he tries to steal that guy over to second. And that does not pan out. And I ground out with Brandon Crawford in the next inning. But I just want to talk about a little bit of the MLB season. And I want you guys to give me your opinion in the comment section. Who's winning the World Series this year? And I'm going to give you guys my incredibly biased opinion because I am a Blue Jays fan. I am Canadian, I'm a Blue Jays fan, and I absolutely love the Blue Jays. I know a lot of, there's a lot of bandwagon fans in Canada right now who didn't care about baseball until they got good. I've always liked them. I can tell you that I didn't pay as much attention when they were doing bad, but I think there's a chance this year that the Blue Jays win the World Series. They got some great additions to the bullpen. Josh Donaldson, he's an absolute stud. Jose Bautista, I can see this team taking off. Who do you guys have winning? You know, you can't go against Kansas City, but honestly, I can see the Blue Jays take it. And here, Kris Bryant, I sit on a curveball. Nothing feels better than sitting on a curveball and just hitting it at the perfect timing. So I have a runner on second, but unfortunately, I ground out to third, and he just tags me out for the third out. So there, I lose all the momentum that I had. So we'll go to the bottom of inning number 5, where he starts off the inning with a base hit. So as soon as he gets on base, I know immediately that I gotta watch the steal, because this guy loves running. I don't think he cares. He's just gonna run. He tries to steal second again, and I throw him out once again. So in the bottom of the 5th was 2 out. He gets another base hit. So he's starting to get onto my pitcher a little bit. So I'm worrying. I'm wondering if I should start getting the bullpen ready. But luckily, I do force a pop out to Matt Adams on first. Matt Adams is the slowest human on the planet, and you will see that later in the game. I don't know. I don't think I put it in the game, but he got thrown out from right field. Luckily, I get out of that inning with a strikeout. And in the top of inning number 6, I hit one right back at the pitcher. It deflects off him. So Carlos Gomez is on base to start the inning for Kris Bryant, who crushes one down the third base line. He hits the wall, and I decide to get a little bit risky and just go all the way home. And he makes a bad decision, throws to second. So we score the run, and at that point, I was super hyped. So Brandon Crawford, the shortstop, comes up, but he pops out to the first baseman. So my momentum's going down a little bit. Now I have one out, but I still have a runner on second for Rougned Odor, who goes down the third base line, and I am 100% sending Kris Bryant. He ends up scoring, so we are now up 2-0. So now for me, I'm thinking I don't need any more runs. I just got to beat this guy on defense. I got to pitch well. I got to field well. And unfortunately, I don't get anything else out of the inning as Nori Aoki hits a fly ball to center field. So now there is 2 out with a runner on first for my Francisco Cervelli, my catcher, and he strikes out. So we'll go to the bottom of inning number 6, where he flies out right off the bat. This guy was a very free swinger. He wasn't taking a lot of pitches, but he was swinging at a lot of high fastballs, which was nice. But here, Eric Young Jr., the fastest guy ever. I remember I used him a ton last year. You guys probably remember me using him. He ends up getting on base and stealing second with ease, because I don't think any catcher can throw that guy out. He is just ridiculous. But on a 3-2 count, I am throwing, and I throw him a low ball, and he decides to run to third, and I throw it to third, and we get him out because he overruns the base. I don't know what this guy was thinking, but he for sure would have been safe had he just slid in there, and that was just a bad decision on his part. And then with 2 out, he ends up flying out to Nori Aoki. So thankfully, I managed to get out of that inning. So we'll go to the bottom of inning number 8, where Carlos Gomez starts us off with a nice base hit, and he was just so consistent this game. I'm going to keep him in my lineup, and you guys, you don't know this yet, but I'm going to be doing a pack and play. But here I make a bonehead decision. I try and steal for the first time. I'm not someone who steals, but I try and steal, and he picks me off at the perfect time. And then Kris Bryant strikes out. So Brandon Crawford's got a chance, and he grounds out to third. So we are going to the bottom of inning number 9. I am up by 2 runs. I just got to stop him. I put in the Blue Jays closer, Roberto Osuna. It was between him and a Aroldis Chapman, and I figured because I was facing 2 righties that I should put in Osuna, and then I was going to put in Chapman, but boom, he gets the first 2 guys out immediately with ground balls. Then I decide to keep him in for the last batter, and we get him to fly out to Carlos Gomez. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a like down below and subscribe. And if you don't already follow me on Instagram, do that. It's @BrettBQB. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see all you guys next video.